Good morning everyone. I have decided to film like a cozy autumn reading vlog. This was going to be a weekly reading vlog and then I didn't film for the past few days. So today is Wednesday and I'm probably going to film until Friday. So this is going to be just a couple of days of cozy autumn reading. I have started on my autumn reads since it is now October. So I'll just tell you what I'm reading. The book that I'm currently reading is Love Theoretically by Hazelwood. Now, I know that to a lot of you, this will not be an autumn read, but it is to me because every single year since Hazelwood started releasing The Love Hypothesis, Love on the Brain, and now Love Theoretically, I've read them every year in October with my bestie Em. So to me, this just automatically feels like an autumn read because I associate it with October. So if you don't know, Hazelwood writes romances that are in the STEM world. So every female main character is a scientist, and in this current book, Elsie, the female main character, is a physics professor. She teaches physics at universities and she does not make enough money from lecturing to live, so she also does this thing on the side where she fake dates people and they pay her to go on a fake date with her or to go to a wedding with her or stuff like that. And the guy that she's currently fake dating is called Greg, and he hired her for more than one date, so his family sort of got to know Elsie. But Elsie does not use anything about her real life, like when she is on these fake dates. She makes up a life. So Greg has this older brother called Jack who knows Elsie from dating Greg. He thinks that Elsie's a librarian. Yeah. Then Elsie wants to interview for this tenure. She goes to this dinner which is the start of the interview process to see whether she's going to get this tenure, and it turns out that Jack is a physicist and he is one of the people who is deciding whether Elsie is going to get this job or not. He is a very renowned physicist at that, but he calls himself Jack, whereas his science name is Jonathan, so Elsie did not know that this was him. When Jack walks in and sees that it's Elsie, he obviously thinks that she's lying to his brother, that she's not a physicist, that she's a librarian. He's not happy. So this is giving me enemies to lovers vibes. I'm only 70 pages in right now, but I am loving it so far. There are so many words because obviously this is a sciencey novel. There are so many words where I'm I do not know what that means. But I'm powering through. I'm not looking up every single word that I don't know what it means because that would take me twice as long to read the book. But I could sort of gauge the idea of what it means. So yeah, I'm going to try and finish this book today. Actually, it is 380-ish pages. So I do have 300 pages left to read if I do want to finish it today. But that is my goal because then I do really, really want to move on because I am trying to make October a really good reading month. I really want to read 10 books in October. And it's not going to happen if I don't read these books fast. So I'm going to try and finish Love Theoretically today, and I do think it's possible if I just focus. And it is really good. I'm enjoying it, so I don't see why I wouldn't be able to just sit down and read this. Also, I just want to say, side note, I have a job interview tomorrow. I have a job interview tomorrow and I am terrified, but I really want this job, so I'm hoping and praying. So I'll let you know how the interview goes tomorrow.
I have had Jill on the tabloid. She's great. She did a video where she basically did this challenge. Instead of choosing how many hours, she had to read the random.
I am just really quickly getting ready right now because I'm just going to quickly pop to my friend's hair salon because we're going to do a strand test because I want to dye my hair, but I don't know if it's going to work because I don't know if you can tell. Oh yeah, you can. I have all different colours in my hair because the underneath of my hair used to be bleached. So we just don't know if it's going to work or not. So I need to go and do a strand test, but I'm getting ready now for my interview because my interview will be as soon as I get back. I am terrified. Oh, you don't understand. This is for a job that I really, really want. and I really want to make a good impression and I really want a good interview because I really want to be hired. So obviously, so please pray for me in the comments. I might know already if I've got the job by the time this goes up, but I might not, we'll see. But I am really scared, so just pray for me. I have prepared for it, like it's not like I feel unprepared, like I definitely feel like I have things to talk about and I know what I want to say, and like I feel prepared for questions they might throw at me, but it's just a terrifying thing to interview, especially when you want the job so much. So yeah, scary. Also, quick reading update. I know that I said I was gonna try and read Love Theoretically, but yesterday I actually ended up picking up the first Harry Potter book, and before anyone says anything, I do not support J.K. Rowling at all. I already owned the books on in physical copies from like when I was like 12. So I have not supported her by buying her books or anything like that. I do not support J.K. Rowling and her views at all. But I've never read the Harry Potter books before. I've watched all the films, obviously, I'm British, but I've never read the books, and I just saw the book staring at me and I was like, I really kind of want to pick this up. And I actually read like 260 pages last night, so I only have like 70 pages left of it, which is crazy that I read it that fast. So I'm going to finish that today, I think, and then I'll move on to finishing Love Theoretically. I also did want to pick up Truly Devious in this vlog, but I don't know that I will have finished Love Theoretically yet, so I might have to wait. And Truly Devious might have to be in the next video, or the next vlog that I do, but I'm gonna try. I mean, today I'm not going to be getting much reading done, let's be realistic, because first of all, the anxiety, and second of all, I'm obviously busy. I also want to get my nails done later, but I don't have an appointment, so I'm gonna have to hope and pray that they can get me in. But I do really want to get my nails done. I haven't had them done in like so long, and I feel really masculine when I don't have my nails done, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't want to get like Halloween nails. I think I'm just gonna get like French tip, which is what I always get, but if it ain't broke, don't flip and fix it. I did the interview. I said defo. I said defo in the interview. I said defo. It was going really well. I answered all of the questions. And then while I was answering one, I said, and I quote, "Yeah, I defo think, sorry, definitely, slip of the tongue." How embarrassing. If I don't get this job, it's because I said defo. I'm gonna cry. Anyway, I'm going to get my nails done because these are not attractive right now. So I'm going to go. Also, I got hair dye because I went to the hairdresser's earlier and she did a patch test on me. I got hair dye in my nail, so they're gonna think I'm gross, but it's just hair dye. But I'm going to get my nails done now. I'll show you them when they're done, and then I'm gonna come back, read, shower, and then I think I'm gonna go to my friend's house. Just quickly, these are my nails. I just got French tips because I'm boring, and I'm just gonna go over to my friend's now. I'm gonna stay over there because I'm dropping her at the airport in the morning. I will not update again tonight, but I did not finish Harry Potter. I have like 50 pages left, but I can easily finish that tomorrow morning. But yeah, that's my update. reading journal with some recent reads. So I'm just going to update you on Love Theoretically while I do that. I have been reading a bit of Love Theoretically this morning. I'm on page 129, which is like a third of the way through the book, and I have some thoughts. So the book is about a girl called Elsie who is a people pleaser. She loves to act different ways based on who she's around, and obviously it's about Jack. I'm pretty sure I've already talked about what the actual premise of the book is, so I'm not going to repeat that. But so Jack knows Elsie through his brother. He thinks that they're dating, and it's really just annoying me how there's just this huge miscommunication, because Elsie won't tell Jack that she's not actually dating Greg, and she won't tell him why they've been pretending to date, which I know that she keeps saying that there's a reason that she's not telling him, and that, you know, it's for Greg to tell. Obviously she's doing it to protect Greg. There's something that Greg doesn't want them to know, but he keeps saying how close he is to Greg and how they tell each other everything and stuff. So like, she could at least just tell Jack and just not tell the rest of the family. Because it's really getting to me now, because they're obviously supposed to be enemies to lovers, but they're just not. We're 129 pages in, and I get, like, I don't like insta love either, so like I get that they're not just gonna like stop being enemies immediately, but like if she just told him that she's not actually dating his brother and that she hasn't been lying to his brother, then the romance could happen a lot sooner. Just saying. But despite all that, I am actually really enjoying the book. There are some times where I'm like, what is going on? Because they do use so much science talk, and I am not a scientist. I did not do well in my science exams. I have never been good at science, so that is confusing me a bit. But I really like how it's like set up where Elsie might get this job and she might not get this job, and she's having to do all these things to, like, you know, try and get this job, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And I also do really like that Jack is like someone who gets to decide whether she gets the job, because it means there's so much more tension. And I do think that, like, once it gets more into it, and once Jack does know the reason, that there's so much potential for such a cute romance between them. But obviously, because we haven't moved on from this one thing, that can't happen yet. But I am really enjoying it, and I really hope that we move on from that soon, because like I said, I'm a third of the way in. I'm hoping within the next like 2 chapters he finds out why, or that she's not actually dating his brother. I really hope that happens like ASAP. Other than that, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm going to continue reading it today. I literally have 68 pages of Love Theoretically left, but I think I'm just going to finish it in the morning because I am getting pretty tired. But this book is so much better. Like, after it got to page like 200, everything really picked up, and it was just so much better. The way that Jack cares about Elsie is on another level. It's so cute, so romantic, and this book right now is sitting at a 4-star. Unless something like extreme happens in the last 70 pages, like, it will be a 4-star, but it's really cute so far. And yeah, there's also been cameos from Adam and Olive from The Love Hypothesis, and the What Would Marie Curie Do Twitter account from Love on the Brain. So they're both really cute. I love a cameo. It's giving like actually, do you know what? I'm not going to say what it's giving, because that's a spoiler for a different series. But yeah, this book's really good so far. I'm going to finish it in the morning, and then I'll update you in the morning. Book has been finished. I think I'm going to give this 4 stars. It was great. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise the lighting was so bad.
Okay, whatever, you're gonna have to deal with the lighting, I'm sorry. But yeah, in the beginning there was a lot of science. I mean, there was a lot of science throughout the whole book, but in the beginning it was quite hard for me to understand. But I just powered through. Like, I'm not about to research every single thing about science to try and get through this book. And as I got more into it, I realised that you don't actually need to know much about the science aspect of it. It's just mentioned a lot because they are both physicists, obviously. But yeah, you don't really need to know about science to enjoy this book because I'm no scientist. But the third act breakup was not as bad as I feared it would be. I hate the third act breakup. I would prefer if romance books just did not include them. I don't see the need for them to break up. But this one was done really well, where it only lasted like 2 or 3 chapters, and I do feel like the reason for it was justified. Well, okay, I say that. It was to do with lying, but Elsie had been lying like the whole book, so maybe it wasn't justified, but I thought it was done quite well. Yeah, the main character Elsie was like a people pleaser, and she had diabetes, and she didn't want to be a burden to people. She just liked to do what she thought people would want from her, and act differently depending on who she's with, so that she could please everyone. And I wouldn't necessarily say that I relate to that, but I enjoyed the way it was written and the way that Elsie learned how to not be like that anymore, and to do things for herself, and to act the way she wants and do what she wants. And the way that Jack sort of taught her how to do that, I really, really enjoyed. I think I'm gonna give this 4 stars because it wasn't like a book that I was like squealing at. Like, romance books, for me to give them 5 stars, I need to be literally physically reacting to them, and I did not physically react to this one, other than one scene where I literally gasped. But yeah, I think it's a 4-star read. It's pretty good. I still think The Love Hypothesis is my favourite of Ali Hazelwood's books, but I did really enjoy this one. I think I enjoyed this one more than Love on the Brain. So my order would be The Love Hypothesis, Love Theoretically, and then Love on the Brain. I'm really excited for, she's got so many books coming out now. She has Checkmate, is it Checkmate or Check and Mate, which is her YA book that's coming out. And then she's got Bride, which is a vampire werewolf romance. Are you joking? And then she's also just announced another one, which is Not in Love. I don't know what that's about, or if it's YA or adult, but she has announced 3 books coming out, so that's really exciting. And I can't wait. I'm going to pre-order like all of them because I do really enjoy Ali Hazelwood's writing. So yeah, thanks for watching. This has just been like a few days of reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.